Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, a wind chill advisory is now in effect for the entire region tonight as it will feel like it is below zero outside. First Alert meteorologist Cameron Aaron joins us now with more on the dangerous cold following this week's winter storm. Cameron.
Yes, Steve, we are tracking some sunshine across the mountains on this Tuesday afternoon, but those temperatures, like you mentioned, are well below freezing. Let's take a live look overlooking Triangle Park in downtown Hazard, and shout out to the road crews. They've done a remarkable job getting those roads clear this afternoon. That current temperature, though, is well below freezing, down to 19 degrees. Most of us in the teens at this hour, down to 17 for Clintwood, also Grundy, 10 degrees over in Wise, 16 for London, also Jackson, and 18 for Somerset and Harlan at this hour. But again, up on the radar, we are tracking some more dry weather, and that will continue as we go into tonight. Also on Wednesday, some more sunshine on tap tomorrow, but we are tracking a potential weather system by Thursday, also on Friday. But once you factor in that clearing sky, also the snow on the ground, those temperatures tonight are going to be very, very cold, lows close to zero, and wind chills as low as -10 as you wake up on Wednesday. That is why we have a wind chill advisory in place for all of us through Wednesday morning. So once again, be sure to bundle up and also protect those pets and your pipes as we see some dangerously cold weather through tonight. Also by Wednesday morning, low temperatures are close to or below zero in some areas, and then we see some more below freezing weather on Wednesday. More details on that Thursday, Friday system coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Cameron, thank you. Despite the sun being out for a good portion of the day, temperatures are continuing to drop. City officials in London have been working to keep people warm. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox is live in London with more on how they are doing that. Chandler.
Thank you, Steve. I can confirm both of those things you just said. The sun is in fact out. However, it is bitterly cold out here, and as a result, there are still several inches of snow throughout the city. In response, officials have opened warming centers for community members. London Mayor Randall Weddle says they are using the London Community Center for that purpose.
Talking with the London Tourism yesterday, we spoke to them, and so the city has took over the building and working with them to provide a space for families that maybe lose power or the homeless, a place for them to come in. Also,
Weddle says at the earliest, the community center will close tomorrow morning around 8-ish. And then later tonight, at 6, I will have more on how road crews are keeping the roads safe as possible. But there's one more thing I want to show you guys before we get off here. I'm going to have to move the camera to show you. So on the back of my vehicle, which has been parked here for probably 3 hours, and the sun's been shining on it the whole time, look at this icicle. It is literally touching the ground. It is that cold, and I'm staring right into the sun. Steve, do you have any icicles like this in the studio?
Not in the studio, fortunately, but my vehicle looked exactly like that this morning, so I'm sure many others do as well. All right, Chandler Wilcox and his icicle, thank you very much. The First Baptist Church in London is also serving as a warming center for community members in that area, and there are many more across the region, and we posted some of those on our website at WYMT.com. Well, as Cameron has been telling us, those cold temperatures are going to stick around. WYMT's Olivia Calfee has some tips to stay warm and prevent frostbite if you have to be outside.
As we are seeing several inches of snow on the ground today, and we're feeling those Arctic blast temperatures. It's definitely a cold day to be outside, but I know there are some very excited kiddos or adults who are excited to go sledding or maybe even build a snowman. We also have those first responders and road crews who are working hard to make sure that all of us stay safe. Today I spoke with Kentucky River District Public Health Director Scott Lockard about the best way to dress to make sure that you all are going to stay as healthy as possible.
The key to staying warm in this kind of weather is to dress in layers, using appropriate undergarments, and layer thermal undergarments, Under Armour, whatever you use, and then sweatshirts and then jackets and so on. The insulated snow pants are really cool, and the insulated jacket.
Some other things that you all do not want to forget if you're outside are, of course, a beanie, gloves, a scarf. He also suggested maybe a gaiter or a neck warmer, something that you can pull up over your face. The more that you can have your face covered, it'll help prevent frostbite or even hypothermia. And then another one of my favorite things to have on hand at all times is hand warmers. They also make body warmers and foot warmers. So just make sure that you all are staying warm in these cold temperatures. But for now, I'm reporting in Hazard. Olivia Calfee, I'll send it back to you.
Right, Olivia, thank you very much. You could tell that was shot much earlier today when it was a lot snowier outside. That sun has really done a number to help the roadways and conditions. Well, we'll have more health tips from Scott Lockard coming up tonight at 6 o'clock. Now, many pets have a nice furry coat, but that does not mean they are not affected by this cold. The American Veterinary Medical Association says most pets are susceptible to frostbite and hyperthermia and need to be kept warm when outside in the frigid temperatures. For dogs, shorten walks, check paws for cold weather injuries, and put a sweater or coat on them. One expert says do not leave your pet alone outside.
Keep it brief, just to go out to go potty, come back inside. You're looking at their paw pads too. It's really easy for ice and snow to get compacted into their paws. If you have salt down, you want to make sure that you're using pet safe salt. And like I said, just keep it quick.
The Humane Society recommends calling animal control if you find an animal out in the cold. Even these farm animals at this stock show in Denver need extra help staying warm. Heaters are brought in for the pigs, while this owner uses a special blower to keep their cow dry. Well, troopers with Kentucky State Police are monitoring the roadways and responding to an increasing calls. WYMT's Jack Demler spoke to members of KSB Post 10 in Harlan about the importance of working to keep the roadways clear, and he joins us live with more. Jack.
Thanks, Steve. As you can see, the roads behind a little more clear today than yesterday, but there are still some spots with both snow and ice. That leads to an increase in the amount of collisions and stranded drivers. I talked to Kentucky State Police Trooper Shane Jacobs, and he says they have received a large number of calls over the last 24 hours between those collisions and stranded vehicles. They are working diligently to clear the roads because Trooper Jacobs says it's important that they make sure all roadways stay open.
For the individuals who are driving and having to go to work every day, or whether it's a medical issue and they're having to go to the hospital, we want these roadways to remain open. We're trying every day throughout the day and the night to monitor these roadways, and we're checking on stranded motorists and responding to a lot of calls.
And Steve, for Trooper Jacobs, the message is the same as yesterday. Stay inside and stay off the roads in order for them to keep those roadways clear. I'll have more later tonight, but for now, from Harlan County, Jack Demler, WYMT Mountain News.
All right, Jack, thank you very much. Those roadways will get slicker again tonight with these cold temperatures and all that water freezing. We will have more team coverage of the winter weather coming up in our next half hour. But next, here on First at 4, Eastern Kentucky, not the only place getting hit hard by the winter weather. We take a look at how areas throughout the country are responding.
Plus, we get a break for midweek, but another system is looming by Thursday and Friday. Those details coming up.